Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Teresa. This is Lost My Thread. We are back again with a new Clash of the Pattern series. We're going to be looking at fitted pants in the Topmost Trouser Tournament. I do always enjoy doing my Clash of the Pattern series. I know a lot of you guys enjoy it as well. I hope you enjoy this latest installment. So today, on the first day of the Clash of the Patterns, I always introduce the contestants. So I'm going to be talking to you about which patterns I've chosen and why, giving you a bit of details about the design, what I like and don't like about the look of them. I will also show you the fabrics that I'm planning to use as well. Now, I do want to say a massive thank you to anyone who left me a comment on my previous video. I had a ton of suggestions when I was asking for ideas of patterns to use for this Clash of the Pattern series. I definitely have to put a link to it up here and at the end of this video because I'm telling you guys, there are so many great suggestions on there. I made a whole list. I looked at all of them. I tallied up which ones got multiple recommendations as well, because I feel like recommendations from a fellow sewist, particularly someone who's made them before, I feel like is just so much more valuable than just looking at things on a page. So hearing that people really like these patterns definitely boosted them up on my list. The Sasha trousers by Closet Core Patterns I feel like had to be on the list. They were easily the most recommended, particularly by people who have made them before and really love them. I will say I also looked up reviews of all these patterns online and they all come very highly reviewed. So I felt like that was definitely a bonus from that point of view. I'm also going to be doing the Ultimate Trousers by Sew Over It. Those two were ones that I'd been eyeing even before I asked for suggestions. So just full disclosure there, I already had my eye on those two. The Ultimate Trousers, again, lots of people have recommended it. It seems like there have been some issues though with the fit for those. So it'll be interesting to see how that works for me. Of course, all of our bodies are so different and so unique. So trousers are one of those things that are rarely going to be perfect right out of the packet. So I'm going in with the expectation that I might need to make some adjustments on all of these. So I'm not going to let that put me off, but definitely overall this one has a lot of really positive reviews. And then the Claudia pants by Style Arc. This is one that I hadn't had. I had one person recommend this one, but I did have multiple people raving about Style Arc's patterns in general. And I felt like this one, the design of it, the style and the look of it, there were some elements for me that made it seem like this one was going to be a really great option. So I put that one in here as well. So these all had the key design details that I was looking for. So they are all slim fit trousers. They are all very fitted and tight from the waist down to the hip and the thigh, and then slim fit down the leg. They all have a zipper to get in and out of them. The Claudia pants and the Sasha trousers are both designed for stretch wovens in particular, which is what I was looking for. The Sew Over It Ultimate trousers, they are designed for woven fabrics, but it does say that you can make them in a stretch woven to make them more comfortable. I've also definitely heard Lisa Comfort, who is the designer behind Sew Over It, say that she always makes them in a stretch woven. So I felt like that was a good option for those as well. As far as the rise on these, the Claudia pants are designed to be high rise. They're the only ones designed to be high rise. The Ultimate trousers are designed to be a mid-rise, but there is a tutorial on their website about how to make these a high rise with a waistband. So I will have a look at that for sure. The Sasha trousers are meant to be mid-rise. Now I think in reality, different rises are always a little bit tricky to determine depending on your own body. I often have to adjust the rise anyway because things aren't hitting where I want them to be. I know I want my trousers to be somewhere around my belly button. So they can be just below, they can be on or a bit above, and I'm totally cool with that. So what I will do is do some measurements on these patterns or look at what finished garment measurements they give me to be able to determine where these are meant to hit on me. And I'm very happy to adjust that rise to make it a little bit higher or lower depending on where it's intending to be. So like I said, the Ultimate trousers, there's a tutorial to add a waistband, but there's not a waistband in the design of these or in the Claudia pants. So those are meant to be completely flat and sort of slim going up to the top of the waist. and the Sasha trousers are designed to have a waistband. I don't have a particular preference with the design there. I think it's interesting to have different options, and it might feel totally different when I'm wearing them. I haven't worn a lot of trousers without a waistband, but I think that's a really nice sleek look, so I'll be interested to see how those other two make up without the waistband. The Claudia pants and the Ultimate trousers that don't have a waistband do have a waist facing, and they've got a side zip, an invisible zipper on the side. The Sasha trousers have a full fly front, so you can either put a button on there or you can do like a hook and bar to close the front so that it's more of an invisible at the top of the waistband, and then just a normal fly front zipper at the front of them. The Sasha trousers do have a little bit more as far as the options, so you can make them more like a sleeker design or with a little bit more going on. So you can make them with or without pockets. The View A with the pockets has both like a hip slash pocket and a welt pocket on the back, a single welt pocket on the back. View B, the difference is it just doesn't have any of those details, so it's completely sort of straight going up the front and the back. I feel like that's more similar to the other two, so I feel like I'm probably going to go with that for my first pair. If I really love the Sasha trousers, I will totally make more with the pockets, but just to make it a little bit more of a fair comparison, I want to make them in the general style that's more similar. Another element that I really wanted was some good shaping on the top of these trousers. So both the Sasha trousers and the Ultimate trousers have a dart in the back, which gives you that really nice shaping to allow it to go in at the waist. The Sasha trousers, I should say as well, the waistband is a curved waistband, which is very much what I would want for this style. The Claudia pants actually have a double dart in the back, which is a cool detail. I like the look of that. I don't know how differently that will affect the fit of it, but I think it's a nice look. And the other thing the Claudia pants have going for it is on the front, there's actually a seam going down the front of the leg. So you can get the shaping in there, almost like a princess seam on a bodice. So you can have it go in or out as much as you need, depending on the curvature of the front of your leg and the front of your tummy, which I think should really give some great options as far as adjusting the fit to get it just right. That was one of the features for me that made it really just a step above some of the other ones. I know that lots of people wouldn't want necessarily to have a front seam down the front, and you can remove it, but then you might need to add a dart at the front of it just to get good shaping at the front. But honestly, for me, I feel like having the option of knowing that I can take those little front seams in and out a little bit here and there where needed, to me makes it feel like I should be able to get a really spot on fit with just an initial basting and some small adjustments. I think it's always important to compare the prices because I do think that that can make a difference whether something's going to be potentially affordable and more appealing to you. I will say that they are all available as PDF. The Sasha trousers you can also buy as a printed pattern, but I wanted to go with PDF because the pricing is going to be a little bit more comparable across the three. The Claudia pants by Style Arc were the ones that were the cheapest in price. However, you do just buy one single size. So you have to pick the size that you want. It will give you the two closest sizes, so either the one above and below, or if you're at the top or the bottom of the size range, the two that they can give you the closest. So this one costs 17 Australian dollars. It's an Australian pattern company, which converts to about £9.71. £9.71, I did a conversion. So that one, just bear in mind the restrictions there. If you need to grade across more sizes than that, that might put you off, but I felt like just having the one size above would allow me to just grade in a little bit for the waist. The Sasha trousers were £13.25, so the most expensive. You can buy them either in English or in French because it's a Canadian company, they give you a French option. But I will say that because you've got the two views on this, I feel like this one is definitely more versatile and you get a little bit more bang for your buck. The Ultimate trousers by Sew Over It were £11, so right in the middle as far as pricing. I will say that sizing is a really important factor to me because I fully appreciate that if a pattern company doesn't have an extensive size range, it's not that useful for a lot of you guys to watch these videos because you might not then be able to make that pattern. I will say that I couldn't find 3 patterns that I really liked that were in a very extensive size range, which is really disappointing. I know I'm not the only person who's mentioned this in videos, who's noticed this. If you are in a larger size range than a lot of these patterns are going to cater for, you're going to know. I'm not telling you anything new, I'm sure. So I did manage to find 2 with, I think, a pretty good size range, which I'll talk about. The one that is definitely bottom of that list is the Sasha trousers by Closet Core. So the Sasha trousers, I will say, are in a pretty just not impressive size range. The maximum hip size is 48 inches. I did email the pattern company to find out, are they intending to expand this pattern at some point into their larger size range, which a lot of their other patterns are in. They did say that it is not the top of their list, but they are planning to get to it at some point. So just bear that in mind if you really like the look of the Sasha trousers. They will be coming out, but I have no idea when, and there's no indication that it's going to be in the very near future. Closet Core did recently release their ginger jeans in the full size range up to a 60-inch hip. So that is another option that you could just make those in a normal trouser fabric if you wanted to, which isn't massively different, but they're more of a jean style. But I will say that because this one came so highly recommended, I decided I'm going to go ahead and still make this one up. But the size range is a definite down point for me. The Ultimate Trousers by Sew Over It. Sneaky announcement, you heard it here first, guys. I contacted Sew Over It because currently the pattern is only available up to a 48-inch hip. But I know, again, they've been expanding a lot of their patterns into a bigger size range. So I sent them an email and asked, what's going on with these Ultimate trousers? Lots of people want to make these that are not in the size range. I have very good news for you people. Sew Over It are in the process of making the Sew Over It Ultimate trousers in their larger size range. They're in the process of testing. It is going to be the next pattern out in their extended size range. So within the next few months, you will be seeing a relaunch of the Ultimate Trousers by Sew Over It up to a 60-inch hip, which is amazing. So I'm really excited that I've been able to include this one in here because I wanted to make this and I wanted to make sure I had enough patterns that plenty of you can make. So even if you can't buy this pattern today in your size, wait a month, 2, maybe 3 months, you'll be there and you can get this pattern. The Claudia pants by Style Arc, honestly, one of the biggest reasons that I wanted a Style Arc pattern is because of their size range. These ones today, right now, go on their website, you can get them up to a 60-inch hip, which is fantastic. So I'm really excited that that one has a really great size range, so all kinds of people with all different size and body types can make these pants. I think looking at everything that I have as far as the fit, the shape, the design details, the price, the size range, right now, I am absolutely loving the look of those Claudia pants by Style Arc. It is kind of hitting all the marks. So obviously that's not going to be necessarily the winner of the competition, but I just thought I'd give you a little bit of an idea of where I'm seeing things from the point of view right now. But it'll be interesting to see how this little contest progresses. Now let's talk fabrics. I knew I wanted to make a stretch woven trouser. I initially had hoped to get like a stretch cotton twill, which seemed like it would suit the style and the idea of what I had in mind. However, I was not really in love with a lot of the color options of what I could see in stretch cotton twills. I looked everywhere, guys, and I just didn't see the colors that spoke to me. Lots of nice colors, more autumnal, a lot of them to be fair, and it just wasn't the kind of colors that I wanted to really just heighten the wardrobe that I've already got. But what I did see was some stretch denim fabric at Fabrics Galore. So this fabric is 65% cotton, 33% polyester, 2% spandex. So there is not a huge spandex content, so it just has a little bit of give, which is perfect for a stretch woven trouser, but not for a pull-on pants, as I'm sure you can appreciate. I loved the colors. When I saw them on the website, I picked out 3 that I thought would be super cute trousers, would go with a ton of stuff that I've got in my wardrobe. When they arrived though, they were not quite what I was hoping for. So the colors are fab. Like, I really do love the look of these colors and they're very much the kind of thing that I wanted. You do get some denims that it's the same color on the front and the back, and you get some denims that is white on the back and then the color is on the front. Now, I know that that's the case, and when I looked on their website, it wasn't totally clear to me how much of that white was going to show through, because I really want to make sure that I can wear these for work. That's one of the key things that I was looking for. And unfortunately, these ones look a little bit too much like straight up denim, not enough like a stretch woven. I don't think I'm necessarily going to be able to get away with wearing all of these for work, which was a bit of a disappointment. So I did end up buying more fabric, but let me show you these ones first. So I have these 3 colors. I've got this lovely salmon pink, and to be fair, the salmon pink looks pretty pink all over. So I think this one, hopefully, will just make a pair of trousers that I can get away with calling trousers that won't necessarily look like jeans. Obviously these trousers don't have the jeans design, so that is gonna help. So this has a little bit of stretch to it. It's not super stretchy, but it's got a little bit. It's just a two-way stretch, which I think is really good for this style of trouser. I've also got this really great red color. It's a really fun, vibrant color. I really do like it. It's bright, it's not too deep, but it does show a bit more of that white through it. And it's borderline whether it's gonna look like jeans. So we'll see what happens if I make something up in it, when I make something up in it. And then the final one is probably my favorite color. It's this great, slightly greeny blue color. It's definitely like a petrol-y kind of a color, but it can show the white through it quite significantly. And frankly, this one I think is just gonna look like straight up jeans. I mean, I have to say, I would love jeans in this color. It's such a great color, but that's not necessarily gonna work for my work attire. So I went back to the drawing board, and what I ended up finding were some stretch needle cord fabrics. So a fine corduroy, so a fine wale on the cords. And I feel like corduroy you can definitely get away with wearing for work or for casual. And the colors I really liked. I picked out 3 colors that I loved, and they might look a little bit familiar to you guys. I promise you, I bought these completely separately, different days. I didn't compare or remember what I'd ordered before. It seems that I'm into these kinds of colors for trousers, and I was really amused to see how similar these were when these new ones turned up. I actually was reminded of a post that Brie Michelle made here on YouTube, Brie Michelle, I think over on Instagram. They posted a picture of some fabric, I think it was in maybe the end of last year, that was a French terry fabric in some different shades, really beautiful shades. I love the color palette. In general, they're really beautiful. But Brie mentioned that they had also bought some fabric the previous spring that were in a viscose jersey, which were incredibly similar. And I just love seeing the contrast between the two because honestly, they were like almost the same fabrics. And then when I got my orders, I was instantly like, I've done a Brie there. Apparently I have a color palette and I like these colors and I want these colors in trousers. So I do feel like I clearly knew what I wanted and I am happy with what I got. So this is the blue shade. So it's not quite as greeny blue. It's not as petrol-y, but it is a beautiful blue color. It's needle cord fabric, so it is really nice and soft. It's going to be really comfortable. They're both a medium weight, so both of the types of fabrics are medium weight. This one has a little bit more. I think this is a 4% elastane, so a bit more stretch to it, a bit more give, so a little bit more forgiving as far as the fitting and everything. And they're 96% cotton. I've also got this red color, which is a bit more of a deeper red than the other shade. Still really beautiful. Still will go with lots of things I've got in my wardrobe. And this is more of a lilac rather than a salmon pink, but very much the same kind of a vibe. So I feel like on the whole, honestly, I slightly prefer the colors of the denim, but they're really similar. I think they're both really beautiful stacks of fabric, and I am honestly excited to get some trousers made up with these kinds of colors in mind. So my plan is to make a muslin with the stretch denim, because if it turns out that I can wear those, fantastic. Even if I can't wear them for work, I can still wear them in the day-to-day, and I need some trousers in the day-to-day anyway. So I feel like that should be a good way to just test the fit. So as far as the following videos for this series, the next time I see you for another Clash of the Patterns, I will be talking all about how I pick my size for these patterns, showing you how I make any adjustments that I need for my body. I will do a based fit of the trousers and show you what adjustments I want to make from there to get the fit right for me. You will have to wait to see the final trousers, but you'll get an idea of how that fit is going for me. After that, I will be talking about the instructions, the construction technique, which ones I enjoyed making, and then finally I will be crowning the winner when I look at the fit and the style and the shape and the silhouette on my body in the final video. So I really do hope that you follow along with this series and that you get something out of it if you are interested in making this kind of a garment as well. Please do give me a like if you enjoyed seeing this video today. Subscribe if you don't want to miss out on future videos, and I will see you all before long. Bye!